Hi guys, welcome back to Welcome Home Custom. Today we're going to learn how to assemble our tablet stands. Let's get started. Okay, let's go ahead and review the iPad stands really quickly. When you open up the file, you will have all your different patterns: butterfly, cardinal, mountain, quilt, sunflower, and traditional quilt. If we go into one of the tablets stands, you'll see that then we have design, backer, and pieces. So first let's start with the backer. Let's go ahead and open up the backer. So you will see that there are numbers, black lines, and red lines. So the red, which is the outer rim, the slots, and the stand need to be cut. The numbers and the pieces all need to be scored. If you're using light burn, that is a line, should not be a fill. Always make sure to check your 1-inch square, and we're 1 by 1 inch, so we look good here. Let's actually review real quick the slot size that you're going to want to pick. So in order for the holder to collapse easily for you or your customer, you are going to want to have your slots fit kind of loose. So as an example, for my stand, my wood would normally measure 0.195 inches for my material measurement tool. I went ahead and used the 0.210 inch slot size. So I rounded up quite a bit. It's okay to be loose, it's not okay to be tight. So keep that in mind. So now let's go ahead and import the exact same number that we imported before for the design. So if we imported 210 before, we're going to want to go ahead and go over to the design file and import 210 for the design. So for the design, you'll see we don't have the stand anymore. We only have the stand on the one. The file is mirrored from the backer. So for the design file, you want the good side of your wood face down in your laser, and we are going to score our numbers. And again, we should have the same slot size and group it as the backer that we just cut. Also make sure that you cut the red and you score the gray numbers. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. We also have an option for using natural wood and painting wood. If you want to add some natural wood to your design file, you are going to want to go into the pieces folder. These are sorted so that the design will follow the wood grain, or the wood grain will complement the design. Don't rotate these pieces if at all possible. You're going to want your wood to flow left to right in relation to the file when you open it up. You will also notice that walnut has all the slot sizes. So if we open 210, that's because that one piece has got the slot that fits into that section. Let's go ahead and jump over to the actual file construction, and we can review a few more things. Okay, so let's go ahead and review a couple of things that I really recommend. Ooh, I'm dusty. That I recommend when assembling these, and a couple of things I want to point out. Now, number one, the easiest thing to do really would be to use 3M for these. So let me go ahead and first show you guys how easy it is, or should be, to remove your slot. You want it to be fairly loose. Now, I did a poor job with my shellac, so don't judge me. You're going to want to, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart. And I did not use 3M, and I should have. I'm going to just move all my pieces over to the side. So you're really going to want to use the 3M on the the design file or the pieces file or both. That's going to make it the easiest. You do not want to put it, do not put it on your backer file because you've got your extra stand and you don't want your stand to be sticky, okay? If you are doing this as a paint class, I recommend having this already adhered together. If they want to paint this a certain color, or if they want to paint the frame a certain color, I would go ahead and do that prior to the paint class. I don't think I would do that during the paint class. I would have this painted up, ready to go. And then I would, or even have it as the walnut or wood option. And I would already have the stand put together. So this would all be already glued, and then they would be able to paint their pieces, take off the 3M and put it into place, or they could paint all their pieces, let it dry, take off the 3M and put into place. I think that if you were to rely on them putting the frame on and this piece on and the stand, it's going to take too much time. You really want this already done. And then all they do is walk in and they're going to have all their pieces ready to go to paint. So that would be my recommendation for a paint class. The other thing to note is that, like I said, you can use natural wood by using the pieces file, or you can use, or you can paint it. Okay. So here I've painted and I've used natural wood. So I cut my design out, I painted all of the pieces that were cut out with the design file, and then I cut additional pieces in the pieces file in the walnut to add the natural wood grain. So that is another option. So if you don't have 3M to use, if we take this apart, if we don't have 3M to use, I really don't know if I would recommend doing this as a paint class. I think it would be a little too difficult, to be honest. I would try to use the 3M, but we can use the tape, flip, and glue method just like we have everything else. So we would place all of our pieces where they are supposed to go. So let me go ahead and get all these pieces placed real quick, and then we can do a tape, flip, glue real quick. Okay, so we are all placed. I am going to go ahead and put tape across the pieces like we do on the other quilts. Like so. Okay, we can flip it over and we can add glue to this board right here. Oopsie, that's probably too much. Maybe not. Try not to get into that slot because we don't want the slot to be glued. So that is a little trickier with gluing versus using 3M. Okay, I think that's good. So now we will just take this backer and we will place it right on top of our pieces file. Uh-oh. Couple pieces moved on me. There we go. And we are going to just lay it on top. Like so. And you're going to want to line it up. And then we can flip it back over. Now, one thing I recommend doing is taking your stand and making sure your piece is lined up okay. Okay. And then what we would do is we would just weigh this down with sandbags or whatever we have on hand like we normally do. I would probably just find a piece of wood that is about this size. So we will place this down and place the sandbag right on top. So that's how I would glue this up.
All right, guys, that's it. Hopefully you found this tutorial helpful. Make sure to subscribe and check out more tutorials just like this. Thanks so much.